Do you want to say hello to the camera?
Hello.
Me and the wife, but this time we don't have the kids, so we can pretty much just focus on the digging part. So today's task is obviously digging, but I'm going to grab that form tube that I cut yesterday. That's what I've been using to mark all of these holes. So as you can see, we actually got quite a few holes done the other day. So my task, go over all of the rest of the holes, put the form tube down, spray paint the holes and chip out the top, because then that part of the task is already done, finished, and we can just focus on just the digging. Set you guys up somewhere and crack on. Five more holes marked out, and another 8 more holes. Once they're all marked, I can move on. Yay!
Sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets.
Now that I've marked out all of the holes we need to widen, a lot of blue paint, and then I ran out, so there's like 2 yellow holes. So now I basically have to just chip out the top. Just like that. So now I have to basically do that for every other hole. So then we could just go back afterwards and just focus on chipping out the sides without having to measure the hole every time we get to a new one. So I'm going to crack on with that and see how many we can get done.
When you
was the last hole. That is sized and ready to empty with dirt. Yes, those are the words. Now that I've chipped away the top of every single one of those holes that needs to be adjusted, now the next task is just digging. Lots and lots of digging. Well, we're finishing off here. I didn't set up the camera again because I don't want to bore you with a whole video of us just digging holes. For something like this, digging the holes is probably the most important part of any build, period. So we'll come back out again tomorrow, dig some more dirt tomorrow, and we've got about 5 holes left to somewhat chip out, and then we can go through and just systematically widen the bottom of the holes just enough to fit the form tube in, because once the bulk of the dirt is out, it's just a little bit, it's adjusting it until it's just right, and then inspection, form tube, steel boxes, concrete, in that order. And then once that gets poured, I'll go back to side questing until it's dry. Today on the block, my wife wasn't able to join me today, so it's just me. It's going to be a cruisy day. I have a plan. At the end of the last clip, I mentioned that we have basically chipped out all of the big holes to the depth that we need them all at. So now we just need to fine-tune the circumference around the edge of the hole to make sure that each one is at the right measurement. And with all of the big tools that we have, it's big, it's bulky, I've pulled my back twice. So to achieve my plan, I'm going to build a tool to help me chip out the holes just that little bit easier. I have an old hatchet blade that I'm going to weld a handle to, so the blade is facing down. So from all of the boxes, I have these little lengths left over. So I'm going to use these, weld them all together, and extend them out to make a handle. I also have some lengths of 30 centimeters, so 300mm lengths, and I also have 450 lengths. And I'm just going to combine a heap of them to make kind of like a long handle and attach it to this flat end. So the blade, that'll be the end. I chip out all of the clay, the mud, and we'll see how this goes.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the noon. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed. wish I knew.
So I've finished making this long enough. I'm not the best welder in the world, but this is it. That's the end there, all the way to the end. So it's exactly 1 meter long, so I can chip out all the way down to 800 mil without having to bend over. So I'm going to finish welding this up. I'm going to tidy it up with the grinder, and then we'll get stuck into those holes. It is tidied up. That's the handle all the way down to the blade. So I've got the blade stuck into the wood, and I've put rust guard paint everywhere except for the blade at the bottom, because that's what's going to be chipping out the dirt. I'll let that dry and then I will crack on with the holes. Today is just a chill day, casual. Do some little bits that I need done, like this for example, because then that is going to make my week go a lot faster. I'm outside doing my thing. Got this bad boy here now. The reason why I did this is because I've got a big crowbar, I've got shovels, I've got a post hole digger, but these holes don't really need to be chipped out very much. So what I'm doing, I'm going to see if I can do this one-handed, going along and just chipping away the sides, little bit at a time, slow and steady. That's going to take me a while. Well, it's finally done. Today me and the wife came out and we basically finished the footing holes. Finally. Here's another angle. Footing holes, the form tubes are in. Form tubes are only just the top section, just to make the top of the footing a little bit more uniform and make the next stage of the build a little bit easier when I have to cut all of the stumps to size, to length. Form tube is done, leveled and placed. Now literally the last thing to do is put all of the steel boxes in the holes, wait for old mate to come out, inspect the holes, tick us off, and then once that's completed we can officially order the concrete. I'm going to end off this video here with an exciting we done the holes, and hopefully the next video is going to be of the next stage of the build, because I can't afford to do any more side quests. The main build is the priority. Thank you for the support, and I'll catch you all in the next one.